back with the America is Blue podcast, ready for some hard-hitting mid-table action this weekend at Anfield, if you can believe it. We got 9th place Liverpool and 10th place Chelsea at historic Anfield, both sitting level on a measly 28 points in a very interesting Premier League race this year. They do have a game in hand. Nonetheless, this is an absolutely huge matchup, Jay. I don't know if you realize this, man, but with a W here, with a dub, we could move up as many as 4 spots, depending on the outcomes this weekend, and putting us outside the top 4, obviously, with an outside chance to get there by year end. What an unbelievable turnaround! What a difference a dub makes. Dude, it feels like we haven't even spoken in a while. It's only been a couple days, but a lot's gone on. You got some initial thoughts on the big match tomorrow, man? Like, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, who the hell would have thought that Liverpool and Chelsea were going to be scrapping mid-table, both being completely off form, despite reinforcements, despite paying tons of money to bring guys in. But listen, this is where we are. So it's always exciting to see these two teams play against each other. You got a little bit of an undercurrent of narrative with Mo Salah always coming back to torture us for letting them go, etc. It's a huge game for both teams going into the second half of the season. Both are in dire need of building up some momentum and starting to get some wins under their belt to compete. So listen, it's going to be raucous in there. It's going to be a hell of a game, and I hope we can pull it off.
I mean, I think it's going to be frantic in there, man. I mean, like, both teams are going to be absolutely desperate. I mean, think about the situation of these two and the difference in what we expect from top 6, quote unquote, clubs. This year has been an unbelievable shakeup, and it's made everything very, very zesty, to say the least. But just think about all the teams that are separated right now, literally by, 3 points, 2 points, 1 point. Everyone's played, 18, 19, 20 matches at this point. It's a very, very, very congested mid-table situation. That's what we're in right now. And at least now we have the opportunity to definitely make it to Europe. Top 4 is still, I think, 4th place is still the highest that we could achieve, in my humble opinion right now. But at least now that's something that's in sight, with Tottenham continuing to stumble and not take advantage of certain opportunities that's been presented to them. That's another topic for another time. But for right now, man, let's get into your one thing to look for tomorrow in particular against Liverpool.
I'm just going to steal the obvious. It's Mykhailo Mudryk. We got our $100 million man.
A lot of money.
I keep on saying dollar. I don't know, whatever currency. 100 million shekels were thrown out for Mykhailo Mudryk.
Whatever you're calling it, it's a lot of money, bud.
I feel like we got to throw him out there.
Yeah.
And I think that with what this guy brings, I actually think it could be a decisive game changer. So, how's he going to adjust to the intensity of the Premier League in general? This is a hostile environment to throw him out there for his first game. Why the hell not at this point? And I think just with where he plays and with some of the struggles that Liverpool have had, right? Their midfield has been woefully underperforming all year, which has been one of their huge issues, is linking up what they've been doing in the back with those top line guys who are exceptional. And then you've had some real shoddy performances by certain defenders that you would customarily think of just like pure reliability. So I want to see this guy run right at Trent Alexander-Arnold, because he's never been a great defender, and I want to see him cause problems. So that's what I'm looking for.
Has it been great, Bob? Like on the back line for them? I mean, dude, Brighton. I have a friend, who's a huge Liverpool fan, and he was hitting me up, over the weekend, before the Brighton match. He said, I'll be surprised if they don't blast 3 or 4 past us. And that's the type of form that they've been in. And they've been struggling just as badly as we have. And
sure,
they definitely don't have the reinforcements coming in that we do. So I feel, blessed in that sense. They've had some injuries, but they haven't had quite the rash that we have. But that seems like sheepish type problems. But if I'm looking for one thing, it's for us to at least try to build some momentum and continue to take advantage of the fresh blood coming into the squad. If you've got fresh guys, they're going to be enthusiastic, willing to learn. And I think, especially coming into, generally speaking, larger clubs, everyone's going to be eager to prove themselves. And we need people that need to earn that paycheck, that crazy sense of urgency, and that dire desperation to be needed and a part of the team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And listen, this is a shot. Dude, you're going up against Liverpool in Anfield. I hope he gets run out there to start. If not, I hope he comes on to supply some energy later in the game. The big question with him at this point is that he just came off of a break, is what his fitness level is. And from the interview with Graham Potter, it looks like he had a wry smirk on his face. Like he knows he's going to be in there. It's just a matter of whether he's going to start or whether he's coming in later.
Well, I mean, at this point, the way that the Todd father has been not so subtly flexing ridiculous amounts of cash. I mean, bro, these are like all-time fun coupon flexes that are happening right now. There is a little bit of, I've seen some financial fair play complaints. I don't know if you've heard any of this stuff, but you and I were both talking about how is he offering these guys 8-year contracts and some of these interesting things. But apparently what he's doing is, which is very American, is adding year club and player options on the ends of the contracts, a la, Major League Baseball, some of the other things that he's a little bit more familiar with. So the Todd father may be redefining some of the way these people do business and bringing a little bit of innovation into the situation. So let's see how that plays out.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. He's going all in. Like, the chips are on the table. The idea here is, yes, you can pay these fees. You're doing it in January, which is a real shitty time to go out and buy players because nobody really wants to sell. So you have to overpay, and they have overpaid to get guys in. That doesn't necessarily indicate that they're not talented players, but we've paid a lot more than we would have needed to had this been over the summer. And the thought process is, go pot committed, give them those long-term deals, and then spread that fee from an accounting perspective so you stay within FPP over the length of the contract. That's all well and good unless these guys suck.
Yeah.
If they suck and now you're sucking wind on these contracts for years and years and years and you don't have a way to get out of them, then we're going to be in deep shit. So hopefully this team of professionals that they put together to manage talent, to scout talent, hopefully they've been working 24/7 and making sure that, listen, these guys are like at the top of our board. These are the guys that we want to put the big bets on, and hopefully it works out.
Agreed, man. We definitely need to hit on some of these because we are shelling out all kinds of cash and giving our best to the folks in Ukraine. It's going to be great to have a Ukraine player on the squad. Just add a little bit more perspective and maybe some relevancy to what's happening over there. So shouts out to Mr. Mudryk, and we are glad to have him in the squad. Can't wait to see him wearing the number 15 out there in Chelsea blue. So with that, brother, let's pivot into what we think the lineups are going to look like tomorrow. You almost think that the full book is open. Anything is out there in terms of available lineups with the players that we have available. Not that I think we're going to necessarily see a ton of shakeups, but I know that we both agree that Kepa Arrizabalaga is going to be in goal. Aside from that, why don't you start laying out the back line for us?
Well, I'll start off with my formation. I'm going 4-3-3.
Okay.
I was toying with going back to the 4-2-3-1 that we threw out against City. Obviously, City plays a similar brand of football as Liverpool, but the midfield of Liverpool has been so shoddy that I think we need extra reinforcements in there. And if we can dominate the middle of the field, that'll give us a really good chance to win. So I'm going with a 4-3-3.
Okay.
Back line, I'm keeping it the same as I had last time. I have Cucurella, I have Badiashile, I have Silva, and I want Trevor Chalobah again at right back. I don't care what you can bring going forward. I don't give a shit. Help us fortify the back line and help us keep a clean sheet or keep as many goals off the board.
I mean, That's pragmatic thinking, man. That's smart lineup making. My only disagreement with you is I am going 4-2-3-1. I think Mason Mount is going to continue to find himself in that floating, free flowing role. I actually have the exact same back four as you. You got to put Chalaba in there. Badiashile, Chile, the California Redwood, just love that. Thiago Silva, Father Time, has no bearing on this dude. He is like swimming in the fountain of youth. He's Ponce de Leon. And then you've got the long-haired Samson-esque Mark Cucurella on the left-hand side.
Yeah, I was thinking about Lewis Hall, and I was just like, man, this kid, I do not want Mo Salah running at this kid.
No.
I don't think that would do anything good for him. So I was like, all right, Mark Cucurella, he's at least had some experience. Let's see what he can do first, and if we have to change up, we can change up.
Agreed. Not at Anfield. And you got to know the situation. And look, let's face it. Lewis has had a couple of runouts. He had his opportunities. Took a little bit of a knock. Looked like the last time out. Probably giving him an opportunity to refresh. And yeah, Mark Cucurella has got real Premier League experience. Whether we like his recent performances in the blue or not, it is up for debate. But he nonetheless will get the start tomorrow for sure.
I'm with you. All right, midfield. So I have a midfield three. I am going with the experience of Jorginho. I need him in the middle. And he's going to be flanked by Mason Mount and Mateo Kovacic.
Well, I mean, I agree with with everybody else you have in the pitch so far. I'm just putting Georgie and Kova in a midfield 2 in front of the 4. And in my formation, Mace will be the floating available number 10.
Gotcha. All right, my 3 up top. Well, I wouldn't have thrown out my one thing if I wasn't going to start Mykhailo Mudryk, so he's going to start. I've got Hakim Ziyech going out there, and I have Kai Havertz, and I'm just hoping, dude, like, if this is what they run out, we need one of those good Kai Havertz games. We need it so bad because I don't know where the goals are going to come from. I don't think they're going to come from the midfield. And if we have Mykhailo Mudryk barreling at Trent Alexander-Arnold, and we have Hakim Ziyech, who will score the occasional goal, but really is more of a guy who's going to whip these bad boys into the box, Kai Havertz has got to go out there and get one. So that's my front 3.
Well, and Shay, I hate when this happens, but I have the exact same lineup. I'm just in a 4-2-3-1. You're in a 4-3-3. You got to put Kai back in because he did get the goal last game. You have to let the guy get an opportunity to get